From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Oakland Raiders. Playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the... They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. And by the end of last year, Herndon had solidified himself as the primary tight end for New York. Now, overall, second leading receiver in 2018 on the team behind Robbie Anderson. In fact, his 39 catches, most among rookie tight ends in the league a season ago. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Bandit, shift, watch the shift. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight. Hey, slam.
After the penalty, it's Bell. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. Second down coming up. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Check, 59. Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
On 2nd and 12, Darnold caught here by Bell. A swift move and then tackled just on the other side of midfield.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Gets it to his running back, Cannon. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 37. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone. Because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the Raiders' 39-yard line.
Real tight. 54, right there. 54 Mike. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 24-yard line. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. That his first incompletion after a 4 for 4 start.
Yeah, but they shouldn't back off from what they're doing. I like the play calling right out of the gate. I like the tone that they're setting. Keep going in that direction.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Watch the slap. Watch the slap. Shit. Check. Check hot route. Hot. Whip.
The first carry for Trenton Cannon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
This now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Going for it all. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Ficken's kick is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Carr, throw left side complete. It's Jacobs. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards there and a first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try to jet sweep with Nelson. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On 2nd down, Jacobs trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Henry Anderson there on the stop. Trying to run forward for Jacobs. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Carr. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
93. 93.
Here's Carr to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the... just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
34 yards. And the Raiders first down.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Steps away. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. J.J. Nelson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
All right, T, let's check. All right, T. Lady. Hey, one set. Check, Mike. Touch.
Here's Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
First and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least 1 home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain. And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way.
734.
Shotgun now for Carr. Over the middle, complete. That's Jacobs.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. For the Raiders last year, they were 25th in the league in rushing, and a good reason why they used one of their 3 first-round picks on Jacobs for runs like we just saw. Jacobs was the first running back taken in this year's draft, 24th overall. That was actually the pick that was originally acquired from the Chicago Bears in that Khalil Mack trade. On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. To throw his Carr. He'll find his running back here, Richard. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
93. Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now. That's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Hey, watch it.
Carr will try it again on 2nd down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage and taken down. And a penalty flag is going to come out on top of it. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? From the gun, it's Carr. Lets it go for Nelson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Get ready.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Credit the sack to Brandon Marshall.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Darnold He's got Herndon, his tight end. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
A gain of 13 on the play. It's now 3rd and 4.
Mike 5'9". Take me up. Here we go.
Darnold from the gun. And it's caught by Herndon. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, Darnold. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington, and the Lions have opened it up, leading now by a couple of touchdowns. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Terrell Basham. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Right there, 54.
Now Carr. Now they go screen. It's complete. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. A gain there of 30 big ones. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they'd take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
Carr now on first down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll bring up second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Carr. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyrell Williams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run it.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Clelin Ferrell able to record his 5th sack of the season. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Darnold now to throw. And he's got a man, Demaryius Thomas. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 15 yards. And leads to 3rd down.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
First down and goal at the 10-yard line.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Carlson able to put this one through. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now on 2nd and 13. Carr being chased out left. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Lets it go for Nelson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Crowder now to return. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 33-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now Bell. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Darnold into the hands of his receiver Anderson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now it's Darnold. Caught here by Bell. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Here's Darnold. Throw complete to Herndon. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Darnold now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Clelin Ferrell able to record his 5th sack of the season. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Darnold, he's going to air one out for Anderson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Open man is Robbie Anderson. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Try to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Avery Williamson, the Jets' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop.
29. Bravo.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. Able to find Walter. That's complete. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. The football comes out. Jacobs lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10. And I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. This Raiders and Jets contest is a part of the NFL 100 series. And a little history lesson, back in November of 1968, there was a game between these two teams where the Raiders scored 2 touchdowns in the final minute to win. And actually coverage was broken away from that game on the East Coast to show the movie Heidi. So a lot of the Jets fans missed the Raiders' comeback. Can imagine some saddened faces when they took the rubber bands off their newspapers the next morning on the East Coast. But don't worry, folks. We will not be interrupting this broadcast to show the movie Heidi. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Darnold. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders. A season ago, Robbie Anderson, 50 catches, over 750 yards, and getting more and more comfortable with Sam Darnold. Now a year plus under their belts collectively. You'd figure that those numbers for Anderson might be trending further north. A 1st down throw, Darnold, a screen to Bell. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Darnold. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Check. Fresno.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. The Raiders on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is third down and 12. To throw his Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jacobs. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Here's A.J. Cole now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think. That is going to be a safety. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a 2-score game even with the 2 points there. But let's just say things not trending in the right direction.
I like that phrase. I'm going to say it along with you. Things are definitely not trending in the right direction.
Davis fighting. He loses the football. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. His first touchdown on the year. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Extra point right down the middle as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, Steve 6.
Shotgun now for Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
The Raiders on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. From the gun, it's Carr. He'll swing this one out to Richard. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time they surrendered to safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Now Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. This home crowd, they're happy.
The way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. This is Bell. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell with touchdown number 12 on the year, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. And he will get into the end zone for 2, and this game now tied here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Well, they had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he will be stopped here for no gain, and then it's going to... take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check. Monday. You're mine. Express. Here. Anyone over here? Time is the mic. Let's go. Express.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
We won it. Express. 36. Kill. One. Later one.
Operating from the gun. Carr. Hard throw. Incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Now it's Crowder. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 32-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. He's at the 30, 10, and finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards.
Bobby Anderson. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. And they will take a knee and set up what would be a potential game-winning field goal try. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 2nd and goal, the lone man in the backfield, Le'Veon Bell. A little unconventional, but another kneel down here as they work towards a field goal try. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Check. 59. Here we go.
And here's another kneel down as he'll try to set up the game winner.
On the keeper. A loss of a yard.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages.
Field goal. A 24-yard attempt.
Pickens' kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, two.
Carr going to go on 4th down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Leonard Williams. And it would appear